fire.
Good evening, damen and gentlemen. My name is Michael Fontanella. This is Mike Porcelli. Rapid fire recap. Let's get it started.
I'm on fire!
All right, you're not on fire.
I knew it, you're lying! I'm fired!
Starting off with the game of the week, we have the Really Young Gun versus TCP. What a shock. TCP pulls out another gay win. Scoring 101 points, wins the game. Absolute joke. Zach scores a whopping 80 points. Brandon Cooks is horrible. Jeremy Macklin is horrible. Rob Gronkowski, love him. Isaiah Crowell, horrible. Matt Forte, decent. Moving along to TCP, Devonta Freeman, man, when is he gonna slow down? When is this magical ride gonna stop? Maybe never. He's just riding the magic carpet right now as TCP. Good for them. Eli Manning had a rough Monday night, but they squeaked it out for the dub. Zach's team sucks. TCP's team looks for real now that Devonta Freeman looks for real.
When Twan Squad's back is against the wall, they always produce. Twan goes off. 140 points. Unbelievably flawless week for Twan. Cap, Ivory, T.Y. Sanders, Torrey Smith. I believe in Twan Squad. When I believe in a team, they always prove why. Excellent week for Twan. I'll keep saying that until my mouth falls off. Beautiful path that Twan is on right now. Sports got a little bit of bye week woes, but it wouldn't have mattered. He was never going to beat Twan. Aaron Rodgers and Julius Thomas. That's it. Julius Thomas, I think, scored a garbage TD, so better luck next week, Sports. Nothing you can do. Why did you bench Steve Smith? Don't get cute, even if there's a little injury. Never bench your studs. Hopkins is a fucking animal. Rivers is amazing. Lacey is a bust. I love Gary Barnage. I love Gio. I love Goodman's squad. Great week. On to the commish. Mariota was banged up. CJ and Hillman, for what it's worth, they did okay. AJ Green, very inconsistent. Edelman's the best player on this team right now. He just made a couple of huge deals. This team next week, we'll see what the new week. We will see the new look commish squad next week. I think it's got a lot of talent. I think it very well could see a playoff spot in the near future.
Another week, another win for Mike Porcelli. It is getting sickening. I want to throw up every time I look at the standings. He has a decent team. Adrian Peterson had a bad week. Chris Thompson had a bad week. Jeffrey, welcome back. Cecil Shorts, welcome back? Question mark? Martellus Bennett is solid tight end. Martavis Bryant, welcome back, Martavis. Welcome to the league, Martavis Bryant. Moving along to Long Island Pickers. Dalton's solid this year. The loss of Jamal Charles, I think, is going to kill Long Island Pickers moving forward. Duke Johnson Jr. started for them. Yes, Duke Johnson Jr. started for them. Dion Lewis, Randall Cobb, Gates had another solid game, and Jimmy Graham finally finding the chemistry he needed. We thought he'd find all along. Jermaine Kearse. Tough loss for Pickers. And Porch is moving on to Cincinnati.
Derp Squad, another one that went off this week. Best wideout core in the league. Keenan Allen, Fitz, Marshall, Font. Oh, Font does not like hearing that. If you could see his face right now. Lamar Miller is back. Carson Palmer is a stud. Eifert's a stud. I love Derp's team. Elite squad in the league. Go to Mark. Well, Mark had his other skill position players finally do something, but he didn't have the big games that we're accustomed to seeing from him. I expect Cam to get back in the starting lineup this week. Mark has been so consistent for so long. Is the door closing on Mark's season? Will he miss the playoffs for the first time in ever?
Nothing much you could do when John Brown looks like... Who does he look like? He looks like Jesus at wide receiver on Sunday. He looked good. John Brown had a great game. Andrew Luck returning to his lineup produced well. DeMarco Murray finally had his first good game of the year. Of course it had to come against Mamba, because why wouldn't it? Moving along to Mamba's team. Le'Veon Bell, best running back in the league, quote unquote, had 8 points. Arian Foster had 20 points. Hernsey had 10. Hank keeps disappointing, only 6 points. Found himself on the waiver wire. And Chardrangic West, 2.4 points. I don't know about what you guys think. I think Nile Davis is the back in that backfield going forward. Just saying. There isn't, in week 6, there isn't much to talk about here. When I think Magic Mountain El Diablo, I think Tool. It is hard to stay composed and stay actually classy when you're playing the least classiest person on this place, on the face of this earth. Ben Hoffman and Reed Gonzowski are co-owner tool bags. Okay? I wanted to go in here, stay quiet. They weren't having it clearly. I went in there with class. Blake Bortles had a great week. LaShawn had a great week. Marshall had a bad week. Julio had a decent week. Odell Beckham had a good half. Got me all excited on Sunday night. And then absolutely hit the showers at halftime. Did not even come back on the field. Congratulations, you got another easy, lucky win, Magic Man El Diablo. I'm sick of your shit.
Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah! Ah! You're not on fire, Ricky Bobby! I'm on fire!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Week 6 is done. Week 7 on the way. Week 7 already. Can you believe it?
Depressing.
As always, we will both rant. I would open the floor, as always, to start. Mr. Fontanella, what are you going to rant about this week?
Thank you, Michael. Well, folks, I want to say good evening. And also, good evening to all you out there that have no class. You all wonder who I'm talking about here. Magic Man and El Diablo need a reality check, okay? Need a reality check, okay? Their team beat my team this week, okay? And I wasn't going to say anything. I was going to keep it low pro. Did not say anything to them. They start with these jabs Sunday night. This, oh, it's over. Who's ready for Odell to fuck us? This, that. That mind game shit is annoying. Can you stop? We all see right through that, okay? So, moving on. The game was being played. We saw all of a sudden Odell was scoring scored a touchdown, was getting some points. Very quiet did MMED get. Okay? It's weird how they got a little scared mid-game there and decided not to talk, okay? They are phonies, okay? I am doing a veto for this league. I'm writing a petition for this league. I don't want these guys in the league next year. If it means me or them, so be it, okay? I would rather be in a Yahoo 10-person public league than be in a league with these motherfuckers.
Coming from a man who has beaten MMED, I can say...
I'm a little bitter right now.
I can say with all sincerity and honesty, I'm looking at this unbiased. You know, I have no quarrel with MMED at the moment. I have no quarrel with them at the moment, but I have to be honest when I see the things they say they want to be us. They want to have this us against the league mentality, but like, how is it us against the league when you got the commission in your back pocket?
Man.
There is an alliance going on with the commission, MMED. And I know it.
Where is there not an alliance going on with the commission, man?
Over the course of the past 2 weeks, you see Mr. Fontanelle talk about the state of his team's address. I will like to, for the first time ever, talk about the State of the Neps address. That's State of the Neps address right now, okay? We had a very emotional victory last week. We were counted out going into the game with the Pickers. People look at the Neps squad, they think it's not that good, easy schedule. A little bit that might be true. It might be true. But you know what? We have heart. We have so much heart. We're a family. We don't pretend to be a classy organization. We are a classy organization. As a fact. My squad, we're a family. You know, we don't choose favorites like certain owners. We don't take our teams out to Levittown lanes and ignore a player so they can drop 35 on the bench in spite. We are a family. Now, Alshon Jeffrey comes back. He's the captain. We expected him to go off. But the big star is Martavis Bryant. This kid has demons. This kid was devastated when he couldn't play against the commish last week. He sees, I show him what happens in this group. He sees what everyone says about him. He sees the commish saying that Martavis Bryant sucks. It hurts him. He wants to get back on that field. And you know what he did? He dropped 29, basically 30 points. After the game was over in the locker room, we were all celebrating. We give the game ball to Martavis. Guy starts crying. He starts crying. He's so emotional. I embrace him. The Neps are 5-1.
All I want to say,
we are a family.
All right,
and
enough.
we are going
all
the way.
All I want to say is Martavis Bryant's going to be very productive for Porsche until he week 9 hits a DWI and hits a pole and is out for the rest of the season.
He has demons.
DWI coming up in the near future.
We all have our demons.
I want you to enjoy a couple weeks with Martavis Bryant before he fucking wrecks his Mercedes right into a pole out for the year.
Hey, but at least I'm not drag racing.
Earlier in the week, there was news coming out of Seattle that Marshawn Lynch had gotten into a little bit of a predicament with his running back backup, Fred Jackson. First of all, why are you hanging out with Fred Jackson? Why are you hanging out with Fred Jackson?
You're blaming Fred Jackson?
Listen, if you're going to hang out with a running back, hang out with Thomas Rawls, please. He is an educated man.
Thomas Rawls got the boot, too.
Okay. Word is, Marshawn and Fred got into a little bit of an accident. All I'm saying is, Marshawn Lynch would still be in my RB1 slot this week if it were not for this little thing that happened earlier in the week. Okay? I don't need guys going out and drag racing. That's selfish, okay? That's selfish. You think Charles Sims is gonna go out? You think Charles Sims is gonna go out and drag race with Doug Martin after practice? I mean, are you that much of a loser? You're gonna go drag race after practice. You're an NFL running back. Please grow up. You get paid a lot of money to do what you do. I don't need any of that shit. We wish Marshawn Lynch and his family the best as they move on to Zach Didino and his mismanaged squad. Welcome to the team, Mr. Gronkowski. We know you love to party. Let's see you party in the end zone every week. I want you to carry my team into the playoffs. I like Mr. Gronkowski's mentality. Fuck you, Marshawn Lynch. It's been an honor to not have you on my team anymore. Good luck drag racing next week with Fred Jackson. Loser.
Talk about one more trade we had. We had Derp trade with the commish. Jeremy Hill for Ronnie Hillman, CJ Anderson, and Rams D. Was that the deal? I'm pretty sure that was the deal. If not, I'm sure you'll correct me. I don't give a shit. But it's interesting. Derp is done with Jeremy Hill, it seems. Seems Jeremy Hill is no longer a member of Derp Nation. He gets the CJ Anderson and Ronnie Hillman. Do either do anything?
Well, first of all, Mike Didino texted me, said, "Did you see the move I made?" And I said, "LOL, congrats." The reason I answered in that tone is because the fact that, congratulations, you have Jeremy Hill. There's a reason Dennis Hassett, a very prestigious owner in this league, has given up on Jeremy Hill. It's because Jeremy Hill's family has given up on Jeremy Hill, okay? He doesn't have a house anymore. He literally sleeps at the training facility, okay? He is a loser. Jeremy Hill is taking a backseat to Giovanni Bernard. Love Giovanni Bernard, has great talent. I think this trade doesn't really help anybody. If anything, I think I can see it helping Dennis a little more because he's getting 2 running backs back. Porch, who do you think won this trade?
Nobody.
Right? Like,
It is a deal that will fade within time, and people will forget it happened.
It's a yawn. It's a yawner.
As always, we got games to preview. Bring up the board.
We're on Cincinnati. Week 7 coming up. Porch, who do you like?
Commish versus Pickers. Oh, boy. I think the Commish is going to get his win. I think he's had a win-loss pattern that's going nuts. Pickers are looking pretty interesting right now. Powell, Coach McElwain. I got to go with the team that's just been playing better recently, and that's Coach Jim McElwain. Hopefully Mark can get it done. We'll see. Mamba, Neps, upset of the week. You got to think upset of the week. That means all phases toward Mamba getting the victory is the upset. I don't think so. I think Neps rolled on 6 wins. Team Font versus Team Fish. Fish has gone off recently, but to quote Mike Fontanella, back to reality for Team Fish. Font gets the win. Sports versus Zach. Battle of former lovers. Gotta go with Zach. Twan, MMED. Hopefully this will not be one of Twan's bad weeks. I think Twan gets this victory. Fine.
Week 7 coming up. I like the commish this week after he makes a few deals that I think benefited him. Are you saying Powell versus Coach Jim? Are you saying Powell does not go down without a fight? I think Antonio Brown gets a stout 12 points this week with Big Ben possibly coming back. Like are you saying Powell this week? Mamba versus New England Porches. White Mamba will win this game.
Keep doubting the Neps.
White Mamba will win this game in a blowout.
Keep doubting the Neps.
Team Font versus Team Fish. I like what I've done this week with my guys. Welcome to the squad, Gronk. I'm picking my team to lose this week though. Team Fish gets the dub sauce. Team Pescado 3-4. Team Font 3-4 going into week 8. Team Jacobs versus the real young gun. Team Jacobs is a better owner. He knows more about football. I'm going Team Jacobs with the W. And then Twan Squad versus MMED. Twan, the entire league is pulling for you. We want your team to go off every single... Whoever plays MMED, we would like their team to go off every week that they play. Twan Squad will win this week and shut MMED up for at least a few days. Twan Squad wins this one, 124-72. Low scorer of the week is going to be MMED this week.
Alright, now we're up to game of the week. TCP versus Derp. 2 high-powered offenses. I look at TCP. Can they keep it going? Will Derp get Devonta Freeman? I'm not so sure about Blunt this week. Dez might be coming back. I love Murray. TCP, I think, is going to be boom or bust. Either it puts up big numbers or puts up 80. Derp, I think, is just so solid. I love his wideouts. I love his running backs. I love his quarterback. Ben Watson's a good pickup for Eifert, who's on a bye. I think Derp is heavily favored in this game. He will be my pick to defeat TCP by a score of 121-102. Font, what is your opinion?
Going into this week, TCP obviously has the upper hand since they are starting Devonta Freeman, who is an absolute beast this year. Projected to win is Derp Sauce, heavily favored. Advantage goes to Derp. I like the underdog. TCP will advance to 5-2 on the season. Devonta Freeman still puts up about 20. Not bad. Michael Crabtree getting the start for them. Former Team Font. He's going to do great things for you. He is a great talent. I wish I could have kept him on my team. I like TCP this week to get the W. Solely because of Michael Crabtree.
Before we sign off, power rankings once again. Let's see who went down, who went up. Little shake up.
Let's check the board.
Don't cry about it.
On Cincinnati. All right, guys. It's been another fun week. Sorry it was a little shorter than usual this week.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
To sum things up, I hate MMED. The entire league hates MMED.
I'm 5-1. Stop doubting the Neps.
Until you clinch, we are gonna think
Stop.
you're.
I don't. No, stop doubting the Neps. I don't call anybody out. I rarely talk shit. What's so bad about me winning?
Cause
No.
you're literally a fumble away from going 6 straight losses
No.
being out of the playoff picture.
Irrelevant.
I like Porch's team.
Neps.
I think it makes the playoffs squeak 7 to 7
Neps
spots.
rolls over Mamba. 6 wins.
If
That's it.
if
That's
Mamba
it.
doesn't win this
That's
week,
Mamba's season is over.
if Mamba does not win this week, he is playing meaningless football, and we aren't even in November
I
yet.
won't even talk. Like,
Meaningless football.
I'm gonna fucking ignore you. In the
Just
week.
think about that. Think about
that.
When you
while
think
we
about
sign off right now.
When you think no, we're not signing off yet.
I
I
don't
believe
think
Dan
so.
Conn's is
It's happened
gonna
before.
rattle off 8 straight wins, just like that. Little rattle, just
Rattle.
just a little rattle. 8 wins. I like Dan Conn's
put
team
that on a
going
t-shirt.
forward, and all we have to say is we're on to Cincinnati, folks. See y'all next week.
He's not making the playoffs at 1-5. Stop.